Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Eugene Day. Today I want to talk about leadership. I've been a leader in my career professionally for, I don't know, 15 years maybe. I have taught classes, I've led undergrads, I have worked with teams and large organizations, small organizations. And I enjoy leadership. I studied leadership at MIT, and there are a lot of things about being a leader that I really care about and that are really fulfilling for me. But today I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about go beyond racing, and I want to look at leadership from the realm of ultra running. Now, they don't know I'm talking about them. This isn't a sponsored video, nothing like that. But I really want to talk about what they do and how they do it and who they are, because I have learned a lot about leadership from running their races, from volunteering at their races, and from interacting with Todd and Renee, who are the race directors over at Go Beyond. And it's really been some of the best parts of my adult life that have been spent running their races and experiencing what I can experience and learning from them. It's been really inspiring from the very beginning. I originally signed up to run the Oregon 200-mile ultramarathon in 2023 to run the 2024 version of the race. And I trained all winter and into the summer. And one of the things you have to do when you sign up for that race, as is common with a lot of longer ultra marathons, is commit to volunteering at least 8 hours of trail work. I volunteered with the Issaquah Alps Trail Club to remove invasive species. So I did it in 3 hour segments, and I worked on removing blackberries and holly trees and stuff. In the middle of doing this, I injured my finger. I severed a tendon in my finger. I ended up with a condition called mallet finger, and I had to wear a brace for like 3 months. And I wasn't sure I was going to be able to finish all of my trail work. So I reached out to Renee Jansen, the race director, and I explained the circumstances, and I asked if there was any way that I could donate extra money or something like that in order to alleviate that in case I couldn't finish my trail work due to the injury. She sent me back a picture of her own finger in the same brace, saying that she had had that injury and that she did trail work during it. She sent me pictures of her doing trail work with the brace on her finger. And she said they were not going to relax the requirement for me and that I could postpone my race if I wanted to, but the trail work was not something that they would compromise on. That is a wonderful kind of leadership, right? It is the expectation that people will fulfill what they committed to in order to achieve what they want to achieve. And that is an absolutely wonderful way of simply saying, this is the requirement and everybody has to adhere to it. And demonstrating that she wasn't asking me to do anything that she wasn't willing to do herself. That's leadership. I really, really appreciated that. And I went and I finished my trail work with the brace on my finger and it was fine. I had just had anxiety about it, and she helped me get past that anxiety. And that's something that a good leader does. They recognize where you are, they share their personal experience, and they help you move forward in life. And that was really meaningful to me. The next kind of leadership I want to talk about is about what happened during the race. So the 2024 version was canceled due to a fire. The 2025 version I got to start. And it was 99 degrees. It was incredibly difficult. And for 2.5 days, I ran and hiked and plodded through Oregon. And I got to about 150 miles when there was a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, and a forest fire. And when there was the forest fire report, the first thing that Todd Jansen did was run toward the flames. He ran directly towards where the spotted firefighter he ran directly towards where the spotted forest fire was in order to determine whether or not the race could keep going and if everybody was going to be able to be safely evacuated. If not, the short result of that is that the fire had consumed the trail that we were going to be running on, and Todd made the decision to cancel the race immediately and to pull everybody out and get everybody to safety. He ran into the fire with the courage and conviction of someone responsible for some 200 souls. And that is leadership, right? It's taking personal responsibility at personal risk. Hopefully, most of us never have to take the personal risk of running towards a forest fire, but the personal risk of the team's outcomes rest on your shoulders. And Todd was fantastic. He didn't rely on other people to take the risks. He didn't rely on perhaps unreliable sources like the ham radio of people who think that they can spot it with binoculars from who knows where. No, he went personally into danger in order to survey the circumstances and make the personal decision to disappoint a lot of people in order to keep everybody safe. And, I have, with Go Beyond, I've done a bunch of their races. I've volunteered with them. I've seen their organizational skills, their attention to detail, all of the things that they do that makes races go well in normal circumstances. And now I have seen the courage that it takes to make sure that everyone is able to go home from their races when you're under extraordinary circumstances. So, those are the thoughts that I have about leadership today, that you lead by example, you lead by personal responsibility, you lead by courage, and you lead by making decisions when your circumstances are fraught or uncertain. So that's just what I wanted to share this morning. YouTube thinks you're going to like this video right here. I hope that you've enjoyed talking with me today, and I would love it if you would share your thoughts on leadership below. Have a good day. Have a lovely Thanksgiving.